Ghetto Socks. You are watching Potato Salad Radio from CKDU 88.1 FM on No Dial.
Can you tell the people a little bit about how the founding of like the Elements League happened? Just, a quick synopsis, because there's a lot of people that listen to this, and we've had a lot of guests that are like battle rap fans, and I just want them to sort of understand some of the earlier things that happened to sort of push battle rap to a situation where it is today, and maybe your role in that. I feel like we're pretty privileged to have you on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not pretty privileged. We really are. We guy with a lot of like history and important legacy in like shaping this whole scene out here, and a whole certain ethos in that scene.
Yeah.
Certainly at a time, even.
Yeah.
And still. So, man, what was it like? How did that start? Why did that start, and how did it start?
Well, it was at the time when the Smack DVDs were coming out. I remember my boy Candyman. He had this bootleg DVD business going on he referred to it as Blackbuster. And used to, find them, or he'd come down my house and sell a bunch of DVDs, and we get all the Smacks and all them other Street Status and French Montana, Coke Boys 1 and all that stuff. And Smack had the battles on there. And that was just like bubbling around here. Everyone was, on the Smack battles. And I remember Short Shane, rest in peace, Short Shane. He's my best friend at the time. Still is, obviously. But he passed away, and they were having a benefit event for him. And some boys was trying to have a battle as pre-entertainment. And they wanted me to come tape it because I was like the hip-hop cameraman at the time, so to speak. So, yeah, I remember going to the sound check, and it was me, Garnet, I think, and Knucklehead was there. We were all at the sound check trying to get ready, and Mins was hounding us they were at Millwood. It was Casper versus Lex. And they were at Millwood waiting for us. And they kept hounding us, but something was going on with the sound. I think Anonymous was messing with the sound and couldn't get it straight, so we couldn't leave, and we were late, but they were waiting because they didn't want to do it without me taping it. So eventually, we hurried up, we got down there, and I just remember pulling into the driveway, and there had to be a good 150 people, 100 people, something like that. Maybe I'm exaggerating the numbers because that's how
I think
big
there was
it felt at the time.
At least.
Well, this is the very first battle. This is before I considered it Elements League or anything. This was just those guys invited me to tape their battle because I had a camera. That's all it was at the first point. But when we got there, it was crazy. Everyone was there, so... Yeah, I taped it. Tyrell Williams was a big part of it. He hosted the battle. The men's battled. I taped it. I put it online, and it went crazy. People started contacting me to do more battles, and I was like, all right, let's try to figure this out and create something.
What do you think the Elements League's impact on what people see in battle rap today is? What do you see in battle rap now that you could trace back to sort of having its roots from this league, or that league, sorry, as opposed to a different league or somewhere else? Is there something you see that's in there, in the format, or in the the way people rap, or something that comes from here? Obviously we had the champ for a while, right? Yeah. So it's hard not to see the Elements connection when the champ comes out of a league and bodies the world. So
for me, because I've been a big fan of battle rap for a long time, and even not doing the Elements League, I've always watched it. I never missed I don't miss too many battles. I try to watch everything, at least on the mainstream level, but I do still dig into the more deeper down battles in the lesser known leagues. So I do try to watch damn near everything. And I'll say and not to toot my own horn or anything like that, because Elements League don't get its credit or whatever, but it's all good.
Word.
I'm glad to have contributed. But I would say that every league that exists now, every battle that I see, every battle rapper that I see, everything they do and say, it all came from Halifax rappers. I shouldn't say it all. There was obviously battles going on in the States and everything like that, but I mean, we are definitely there. I see Critty in a lot of people. I see Casper in a lot of people. I see Maximus Black in people. Pat Stay. I see all of these styles in a lot of people, and that's not to say that other places wouldn't have developed like that. But I definitely see us, and I know people were watching that, whether they admit it or not. I know that, Drek wanted to come here and battle. He was definitely watching. We had conversations about him coming here to battle, and then when he started Grind Time, we had conversations at that time as well. So, I mean, I knew Grind Time was being started at that time. He was on the same message boards, Highly Famous. Same with Organic and King of the Dot. I almost drew a blank there, but same with them. Same conversations were being had. Obviously, at the time, I didn't know it was going to be this big. I didn't know what YouTube was even going to be that big. You know what I mean? Right. So, yeah, but I think it's beautiful. I definitely don't think I would have had the vision to take it to where it is today. So I'm glad I was just able to play that small starting point that inspired other people to really take it to this point. Because, when I look at it now, I'm glad to see so many, especially I'm glad to see so many young black men who are able to get out of the streets and provide, a living for their family. And whether or not I'm credited in that or whatever is irrelevant. It's just the fact that that's happening. That's a beautiful contribution to my people and to hip-hop, the two communities I think I'm, biggest a part of and biggest influences on my life. It's good to be able to contribute back in that way.